Okay, greetings everyone. This is First Centurion 753 with the next episode of Hearts of Iron 4 Great War Mod. Playing as Germany, what would Otto von Bismarck do? I think I gave enough of an introduction in the last episode. We set up our armies and our fronts. I have 3 fronts in the east. Let me just add to these fronts what maneuvers I want to do. I didn't do this last time. But I think this front, if war would happen to break out between Russia and Germany, I think we'll just maneuver right there. And then we could possibly link up with this army. Excuse me. I'm going to try to avoid crossing rivers if possible with these moves. Who is that? What army is that? That army's there. Is this is the front, right? Yeah, this looks like 16 divisions. Let's see, what do we have here? We'll just advance this army. What? Okay. No, that's not what I want. Alright. Cancel. Cancel this thing here. Alright, so yeah, it appears that it is that particular army. But I guess they haven't lined up yet, so what we would want to do is also drive towards the city. That's not how I want to do it. That looks weird. I think if we just go ahead and advance through those plains right there, that should be a decent pincer move that could cut off the rest of Poland altogether. And then I'm guessing it's these guys on this front right here who would also commit to a drive towards Warsaw. And so if war does break out between Germany and Russia, that is our maneuver. I'm going to let my armies move into place and I'll let some time to tick off. I also want to try to keep Italy in the Central Powers. Currently they're not part of the Central Powers faction. That is only... What is that? Condominium of Bosnia and Herzegovina. I think what ends up happening to them is they end up getting annexed into the Austro-Hungarian Empire usually. So that'll just be like a slight expansion, but that's kind of a typical thing. The trick is Italy though, and they are democratic, so that gives us a disadvantage. But I would like to see if I can keep them from joining the Entente and try to pull them in our corner a little bit. There is this new option down here, send attaché. I don't know if that's just recent to this mod and like an update, because I didn't notice it when I first started playing the other version that I was playing. But this sends a military attaché. Sending an attaché will result in higher military cooperation and give us the benefits of developing our strength. It costs 100 political power to do, and it also would cost 50 command power. And the trick is that the other country has to be at war, I think. So there are some neat benefits, because I did this with the Ottomans in the other game that I'm doing, the other playthrough that I'm doing before this. And I don't remember exactly what it was, but it definitely gave us some interesting bonuses. So I'm going to wait, because I know Italy typically goes to war with the Ottoman Empire early. to grab Libya. That's like a typical historical move. So when they do that, ideally, I would like to be able to send that attaché. But I also want to try to make England stay out of the Entente too, because at the beginning, it's just France and Russia really that are the main powers here. Tunisia and Morocco are sort of minor powers, with an independence guarantee of Belgium, which England has as well. But this is the English Commonwealth, the British Commonwealth, and it is not part of the Entente yet. So, I've got about 1.46 political power per day, and it's going to take me, I guess, 10 days to get to 14. Probably in about 20 days we can get to where we want. Less than 20 days we can get to having enough political power so we can start influencing or improving relations. The daily cost of 0.4. Yeah, we can pull it off. Let's see what happens. Alright, I do want to also see what these countries are doing as far as national focuses. So Italian expansion is number one. This can kind of tell you what their intentions are and where they're headed. Italian focus, that's 8,000 manpower. It looks like they're moving towards Libya. So ideally we might be able to send a attaché, and maybe I'll wait to send that attaché before I start improving relations. What is going on here? Welcome to the Great War. You are a veteran player of Hearts of Iron, of the Hearts of Iron saga, and you want to experience a new challenge. We added new difficulties to the game. Pick one of the 4 options to see how good you are. Tinky Winky. Alright, so this is pretty much, I guess, a bonus. Not today. Balls of Steel. And tonight we dine in hell. I think I'll just go with not today, actually, because I don't want to sort of cheat. This is kind of like a cheat move here. Manpower plus 4, that does nothing, but planning speed, consumption, supply consumption, division rates. Let's try to be more accurate to history, and we'll just say no on that one. That's a nice little bonus. I guess that gives you like a easy versus hard rank kind of. So if you look down this line, at least this is where it's not mutually exclusive with any other line here, so they could still end up going down here. I'd love them to go this direction and support Germany, but they could make a secret deal with France, which would be the wrong direction for me, because then you go into anti-Hungarian and anti-Austrian and anti-German focuses, but Italian expansion is okay for now. Let's keep rolling, see what they're doing. Send British diplomats. Where are these diplomats being sent? This starts in May. Does it start in May, or has it been rolling the entire time? No, I guess it starts in May. That's weird. Send British diplomats where? To everybody, pretty much, it looks like. We're improving relations across the board. They could support the Russians, they could support France, they could support Wilhelm II. So, I think I am going to actually try to improve relations with the British Empire, while I'll hold off on Italy to wait to see if I could send attachés, and that'll maybe help me save some political power. So we are almost there for political power to begin sending, improving relations to England, which I don't think I have another option. Assert French position in the east. This just gains them, like, political power, I think. Yeah, anti-Ottoman policy would be next. Support claims in Romania. Help Serbian nation. Not the way I want to go. I don't know if there's an option here to go to favor the Germans at all. Help Belgium. Yeah, anti-German policy. Nothing here that is going to make the French move towards the Germans. So they're sort of like a natural geopolitical rival. So there's really nothing we can do about that one. Um, let's take a look at Russia. I think they also have a unique focus tree here. Diplomatic effort. Nothing here really would help us at all. Appeasement in the Balkans. Orthodox Brotherhood. Oh, deal with Wilhelm II. That would be good, actually. So a deal with Wilhelm II would actually mutually exclusive alliance with the Russo-French alliance. Maybe I should send diplomats to Russia, just in case. I don't know if we can pull any of this stuff off. Military attaché. We're saving the military attaché for Italy for sure. Russia actually has authoritarian ideology, so they are aligned with us. They hold our core province, which means that's no good. We do have provinces that we are holding here, and we could actually release some of these territories, but I don't think I'm gonna. Oh, I could return territory to the Russian Empire. What territory do they hold? I don't know what territory it is. I don't want to do it and then actually have it happen without seeing what exactly it would do. Yikes. Yikes, 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 yikes. Return Mamel to Russia. Where is Mamel? Should be right around here somewhere. There it is. So, if I gave up this plot of land to the Russians, would that actually appease them and start moving them towards my favor? It would actually put me in a better defensive position along a river. Of course, it would be more difficult for an offensive. I don't know. If I could get them to move away from France, because, and this could be justifiable to what Bismarck says. He said something. Oh, what did he say about Russia? He said foreign policy depends on a treaty with Russia or something along those lines. And he was big on, I gotta get the exact quote on that. Somebody remind me if I don't do it. But he was very big on, he forged the alliance of the three empires, or three great empires. That would really secure our position, because then we could focus in the east. Same ruling party. Is there any focus that I could do that would improve Russian relations? Support Italy. And see, this is the problem with the focus tree with Germany, is that in order to get to prepare for war and the Schlieffen plan, which increases world tension, and then have some neat maneuvers here with forcing or asking the Netherlands for help, or forcing Denmark to take a position. Those are some cool national focuses. To get there, you have to go through. You need all of the following. You need both this Agadir, I can't pronounce that, sorry, crisis, and you need anti-Serbian policies. And to get anti-Serbian, you need anti-Russian. So there's no real focus that would help me align with Russia here. But I kind of want to test that out because I didn't do that in the last game. And I was curious about if I returned territories, because I know Bismarck was against taking Alsace-Lorraine from the French, but I think after a while he was... I don't know if he would give it back. This really is not a big plot of land. There's only one factory capacity, which I probably wouldn't build in. There's no resources, 150,000 population. We've got plenty population. I think I'm going to go ahead and take a German appeasement approach. And maybe I'll even title the episode that. German appeasement to Russia. And let's go ahead and return that territory then. Yeah. Well, that'll be interesting to see what happens. We'll see if it worked when it comes to their next national focus. Because if they do Western focus, and then they make a deal with Wilhelm, we could possibly take the Russians down this route. Which, deal with Wilhelm would create a non-aggression pact between Germany and Russia. We've seen that before. Actually, at this point we haven't yet, but... and then a second Russo-Austrian agreement would be sweet. Sanction the United Kingdom, and then a knife in the back. The Russian Empire leaves the Entente and joins the Central Powers. That would be an international coup. A coup to the international system. If we could secure a Russian alliance, then forget about it. Then we could really isolate France. And that's really what Bismarck's core policy was isolating France. He tried to do it by establishing Republican governments on the border, but if we can break the Russians away, keep the English and Italians out, then France is contained, and there really is nothing that we can do there. Then we just have to worry about the Balkans, really. And I need some damn bloody thing breaking out in the Balkans. And then maybe even expand overseas empires, because Bismarck, while he was opposed to overseas expansion early in his career, I think he began moves to get more colonies, particularly just for German prestige. There wasn't really much value. I don't think he saw a lot of value in the colonies. We've got some colonies down here, though. Scramble for Africa in the Berlin Conference of 1890? I don't remember. Alright, so let's see. Let's let this take off a little bit more and see what happens with this approach. Oh, we got an 18. I'm going to start with the Russians. I'm going to start by sending an improved relation with the Russians. That's only 0.2 per turn. That's nice. 0.2 per turn. Alright, what about England? England would be 0.4 per turn. Yeah, so going with the Russians first is a good idea. What about the Italians? 0.4 per turn. It's easier to make an alliance with the Russians. Alright, let's see what happens here. Or it's easier to improve relations with the Russians instead of the Italians or the British. That's about point. If I was going to be improving relations with all three of them, that would be an entire political point that would slow me down there. Which means I would only get 0.46 points per turn, which means in 100 days I would have 46. Which means it would take a little over 200 days for me to get enough to send the attaché to Italy, which I'm not going to do, actually. I'm going to go with improving relations with the British, so it'll only be 0.6. So let's go ahead and do that. And now we are at 0.86 per day, which means in about 100 days, about 4 months, we should have enough political power to send military attachés to Italy if war breaks out. And here's the thing about that: war won't be breaking out for at least 6 months. This has to be August of 1911. So it's not even going to happen. Oh boy, Albania revolt. The powder keg in the Balkans. Albanians refused to submit to the Turks. A new Albanian uprising began in Kosovo and the northern mountains. Ottoman government declares martial law and sends a military expedition. So they now have fighting in the Balkans. Let's see what's going on here. This is Montenegro. Where's Albania? I don't see any Albania here. Is there just a rebellion here somewhere? I don't know. Okay, so looks like my armies are in position. I do want to train them too. These are almost fully trained. How's production looking? Lots of ships that are still... We're going to let these ships just play out their construction run. We look like we are down in a few trade categories here. Chromium and oil. So, who can we trade with for chromium? How's this relation looking? 45. 45. Same ruling power and improved relations there. What about the British? 11. Our opinion of the British is not good. I don't want to trade with the British, but I would be up for trading with the Italians, I think. So let's look at what we have right now. Export. We're exporting to Bulgaria, Greece, and the Ottoman Empire. Exporting aluminum there. Exporting steel to the Ottoman Empire. Alright, so we have a lot of exports to the Ottoman Empire. That doesn't seem to improve relations. I think I need that advisor to improve relations based on trade. Alright, let's look at the Italians here. Well, I have to go to trade. So we need chromium. Do the Italians have any? Not enough. What about oil? Nobody really has. I guess the Greeks, maybe? Or Spain. Spain's another one. Yeah, I can see us making a deal with Spain. I wouldn't mind bringing Spain into the alliance, too. They are a democracy, though. Alright, I think that'll be enough for now. Now there's just the oil. But we can improve oil production with industry. Oil is plus 1%, and then oil resource gain efficiency plus 2%. What do we have oil as it is? We are extracting 12 oil. So I don't know if that's going to have a big... And we're exported 3. Or I guess that's what we could... What the heck? Or are we required to export 3? Limited exports. It's our trade policy. Alright. Coming to the end of the month of May. We're at 15 strength here. Improving relations with Russia and the United Kingdom. Good. That's what I wanted. And South Africa Act. South Africa has joined Canada, Australia, and New Zealand as a more autonomous dominion of the United Kingdom. An Act of Parliament unified Cape of Good Hope, Natal, Orange River Colony, Transvaal, I don't know how to say that, and the Union into the Union of South Africa, which was allotted to the same quasi-independent state and set of privileges as the rest of the British Commonwealth. Union formed. France. How much does France hate me? A lot. We've got those core provinces, but even if we did return those core provinces, they still wouldn't like us because of the different ideologies. So I'm not going to do anything to benefit France. Appeasing the Russians. Russian appeasement, I guess I will call that the title. That's the situation we have right now. Now, we've got a ton more troops around here. And I would actually like to reinforce a few territories. Which one of these is worse? There's too many divisions that have the same thing. I'm going to make that a horse. Alright, so this is only 4 battalions. That one's 4 battalions, but it's got recon and engineering, which it looks like it makes it more mobile. So we might want to make that more of a mobile force and let these be more of a garrison force or defensive force. So, or this could be a overall defensive force. And these red could be a garrison force. Let's go ahead and move them to Kiel. Secure that port. Do want to always protect your ports. Let's send this pair to protect that port. Wesser Ems Naval Base. Hamburg is protected. We've got protection there. I don't have anyone on the border of Denmark, and I think I'd like to set up another front there. So let's take Yick. Let's take 2 of these. Let's take these 2. Form another army. Fortress Buster, sure, we'll send him there. I don't know if they have any fortresses there. But we're going to secure a northern front with Denmark. And potentially move against them. Okay. Still got a lot of troops down here. Cavalry. They don't seem to have any cavalry up here. They do have, oh, they have 1 cavalry. 2 cavalry. What about over here? Cavalry. 3 cavalry here. Alright, so let's send these cavalry to the north. Because we do want swift units in that pincer movement. What other deployments could we make? A lot of these troops are very inexperienced and very small divisions here. I'm going to have to expand the size of these divisions. I think I still need to stockpile some more equipment before I do that. How are we doing on national focus? We've got about 24 more days until we renew the Triple Alliance and improve relations with Austria and Italy. Research-wise, we still got a while before we do anything here. Mechanical computing, human-powered transport, basic hand tools, mass charge. That's a doctrine focus there. Definitely going to be focusing more on the land. That's more according to Bismarckian ideology. I don't know if that's even a word, Bismarckian. Out-of-date equipment. Those are all naval equipment. naval warships that are going to just run their course and get developed, and then we won't worry about them. They'll be just going to build more convoys because we're going to increase our convoy line. Construction is one thing I haven't looked at yet. It looks like we mixed it up pretty good with civilian factories and military factories. And this is July 26th. June 20th, 2 days. So where will the next military factory go? I'm going to say infantry equipment. Yeah. And I think that's going to be it. Let me know what you guys think so far about the series. Are we playing appropriately according to the title? Is this what you think Bismarck would have done? How do you feel about the strategy in general? Do you think it's a good approach for Germany World War I? Again, I'm going to try to avoid war actually in this series, but people said they wanted it, and they wanted me to start in 1910, so it could take a while. I got through almost 2 months here, but hopefully less discussion and more action later on. But again, this is going to be much more diplomatic maneuvering and stuff like that. As for the channel, check out Realpolitik's new episode on Bulgaria, Savior of the Balkans, playing the New World Order scenario 2222. That seems to be a lot of fun. I think we've got some positive feedback there, some good comments. Also, make sure you check out Ari Holyfield's comment, basically an overview, an overcap of the first episode in the comments, too. That was fantastic. Great job there, Ari. Everyone else, thanks for watching. Let me know what you think. I'm probably going to have a preview that I'm going to also release today on a new city building game that it's been around for a couple months, but I just purchased it during the Christmas Steam sale, Cliff Empire, and I want to try to get into some city building games. Let me know what you guys think about that. City building games for this channel, particularly a lot of ancient city building games that are going to be coming out in 2019 that look really cool. That'll be all for this episode. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.